Hey there, Pisces. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for the end of October and into the first part of November. So we'll get going with your reading here in a couple of shuffles, Pisces. I want to remind all of my viewers that this is a general love reading, and of course that means it can apply to any kind of relationships, situations, or circumstances that you might be dealing with. It's important to remain flexible with the energy. You can interchange the roles within the reading regardless of the gender of the cards, and of course that means you can be represented by any of the characters that may show up. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching. Parts of the reading may resonate while other parts may not, so take what does and leave behind the rest. I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope that it resonates, but more importantly, I hope that you gain something positive out of it. I hope that you feel like it was worth your while to sit down and watch the video. So we'll get started here, Pisces, after I give this first deck one or two more shuffles. And we'll dig in and see what's up for this last part of October, first part of November for Pisces. There is more specific information in the description box below if you need to take a look there, including the names and the creators of the decks that I use. Pisces, let's go ahead and get started and see what we've got. We're going to start off with the Five of Wands in reverse, paired with the Eight of Wands in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the Lovers in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and then we have the Hermit. Okay, Pisces, so this reading applies to a specific relationship or connection. We have the Lovers in reverse out here. This could indicate separation, lack of communication. Something gone awry within a connection. This could be a workplace relationship or a relationship or connection in the workplace or at your job. With the Eight of Pentacles out here. I do sense that there is probably a lack of communication or inability to connect with this person. It might be causing you some problems, or you might be in your head a little bit about it. This Emperor in reverse feels like it's either your energy, Pisces, or the person that you're dealing with. I was going to say it felt like the person that you're dealing with. So I feel like I'm reading for a Pisces that's dealing with an Emperor in reverse. I feel like this person's gone into hiding or kind of has stepped back or is might be avoiding communication or interaction. Let's get some more cards out here for Pisces. We have the Sun in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups, Six of Swords in reverse, the Moon in reverse, Justice, and then we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this feels to me like one of those connections. It's significant, it's important, it's valid, it's influential in your life. It feels like it's one of those relationships where There's a separation, lack of communication. There's some kind of problem or conflict within the relationship, or it could just be a disconnect, but it's feeling wrong. It's feeling like this isn't what should be happening, or there's no reason for it, or a lack of understanding as to why it's happening. But it does feel like there's some kind of disconnect or inability to work together, or a lack of communication. But it's not purposeful, or it's not making sense, or it's troubling because it doesn't feel right, or there's just something wrong about it. There may be something or someone keeping this connection disconnected, keeping these two people apart from each other or away from each other. You know what I mean. So long story short, the main message I'm getting right now is there's a disconnect with a relationship, but there's something not quite right about it. In other words, one or both of the parties are not responsible for this. It wasn't your choice. This is what I have so far. Like if this, let's get some more cards out here. Let's see what else we get first before I start rambling on. We have the Hanged Man, the Moon, in the upright position right this time. It's in reverse down here. Knight of Cups in reverse. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands. King of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords, clarifying this Emperor. And then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so here's what I have so far. Let's see if I'm on the right track when I get this fourth deck out. But here's what I have so far. I want to try to keep this simple. So we have this Emperor, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. This is all the same person. For some reason, and of course it can be vice versa, but I feel like I'm not talking to this person. I feel like this is the person that you're dealing with, even though whoever I'm talking to is not actually represented in the reading. So I hope that makes sense. It's not a cross-watching situation, because this is a message for the person who's viewing this, who's dealing with this king. Of course, Pisces, if you're resonating with this reading, you might actually be embodying the energy of this Emperor King. So this could be you. In that case, then you're the cross watcher. I hope that makes sense. But I really feel like I'm talking to someone who is dealing with this person. So I just want to make that clear if I go in the direction of talking to you as though you're not this person, so there's no confusion. So there's this Emperor in reverse, and there's been an ending to a relationship. I think this Emperor brought the ending about, but it was an ending that needed to happen because there is a connection here, a significant relationship or connection that this Emperor is tied to, and that's the relationship that's ended. It's ended, but it's not over, because there's a new beginning on the table here. But this Emperor had to end the relationship as it stands right now, because there's some indication that there was something in the way of the relationship. There was something in the way of the connection progressing further. There was some kind of obstacle, some kind of person, some kind of something that was keeping the relationship from progressing or keeping it from going. And by progressing, I mean growing, becoming stronger, that kind of thing, or whatever this was that got in the way, it actually was the reason for the ending. But this Emperor is allowing the ending to occur. Because if he allows the relationship to end as it sits right now, as it stands right now, then there will be an opportunity for a new beginning. It's going to take some work, though. There's some work required for this new beginning, but it's on the table. I hope that makes sense. So there is an ending here, but the relationship has ended because it needed to, in order to be able to be started again with a fresh start or a new beginning or a new outlook or a new perspective or new opportunities. Some obstacles are out of the way, or something's been dealt with, or something's been put behind in the past, so now it can be started again, but it's going to be stronger or better, or it's going to be the right kind of relationship this time. I hope that makes sense. The cards are indicating, however, that you as the viewer, the person that's dealing with this Emperor, Pisces, this is not the reasons behind the ending, the ins and the outs. There's questions to be had. There's a lack of clarity. There wasn't maybe direct communication with regard to what actually happened with this ending. So there's confusion here. It's causing some internal conflict. You may be wondering why. You may be thinking, okay, what in the hell happened? I thought things were going along fine, but this connection's literally, it just feels like it's a disconnect, like you've unplugged. Like you've taken the plug out of the wall and it's done. No more communication, no more interaction. You don't see this person. It's just been like cut, severed. It may feel off or wrong to you because I think that whatever this connection was, it definitely was significant. So there's something odd about this. It doesn't make sense, but it's necessary. And it is something that this Emperor, again, is allowing to happen because he knows it has to happen this way. This is how things have to be done. He has to let down his guard for now. He has to put down his sword for now. He has to stop communicating. He has to stop fighting. He has to let this go for now so that he can work to have this new beginning, to start up again. Okay, Pisces, so that's what I have for you so far. Interesting. I'm going to give this deck one more good shuffle. We'll get some more cards out here and see what else we get. For Pisces. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Wands again in reverse with the same set of cards. Knight of Wands in reverse. King of Cups. Here's why he's doing it. Here's why this Emperor is doing this, because he loves you. Because he loves you. It might feel harsh. It doesn't feel like this is what should be happening, but this king is actually doing this because he loves you. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Two of Pentacles in the upright this time. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so Pisces, let me just get this out there first. You need to be patient with the situation. Give this some time. Allow things to transpire the way they need to. Because this Emperor King is doing this because he has to, and he's doing it because he loves you. It feels weird, it feels off, it feels like it's not the right thing. There's something that doesn't feel right to you. You're like, no, this isn't how this person would act. This isn't what I would have expected from this individual, to totally disengage, to refuse to communicate. It doesn't feel right. And you're right, it doesn't feel right. But there's a reason behind it. It's because there was something going on with like an external obstacle or a person. I don't get third party, at least not yet, but there was something that was keeping this relationship from, again, progressing, moving further, becoming stronger, or as the relationship, the status of the relationship, the way it was, it couldn't move past that point. Or there was something external that would have ended up ending the relationship. So this Emperor allowed the relationship to end because in its current form, the relationship wasn't going to thrive or survive anyway. Does that make sense, Pisces? So he let it end, or he brought it to an end. Now, there is some indication that when it's time to restart this Emperor is going to be the one who initiates or puts in the work. This Emperor is going to be the one who does it because he has to. And I think he knows that. I think he knows he's the one who has to return to the situation to get it started up again. The purpose behind this reading, Pisces, is to clear things up for you so that you can get out of your head about it, so you can let this go, so you can let go this feeling like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I feel like the rug was pulled out from underneath my feet and I don't know what the hell happened. This reading, the purpose behind it is to ease your mind, because there's, for whatever reason, I can't explain this, it's not in the cards, at least not yet, I've got one more round. For whatever reason, there is this inability to communicate, or an inability to connect, or an inability to update you or allow you to know what's going on. You have to be left in the dark. For some reason, I can't explain that yet. I know it doesn't make sense to me either. Pisces, I'm as confused as you are. Like, why the hell can't I know what's going on? Why can't you just text me and say, hey, I'm doing this? I mean, I would understand. But for some reason, it's important for you to be left in the dark. Now, there is some concern, I think, on this King or Emperor's part. There's some concern as to maybe what will happen with this relationship, or how you will perceive this individual when you do find out what's going on. So there is some indication that there might be a certain level of concern, or at least this is on the mind of this King, Emperor person, what's going to happen with this connection when you do find out the details. When you find out the deets. What will Pisces say? What will Pisces do? But this King I feel strongly this Emperor King is taking care of business on his end. And when the time is right, things will come right. So let's get this last round out for Pisces. Maybe I can figure out for you. I have a feeling I'm not going to get any more information onto the exact reasons. Obviously, it's going to be different for everybody. If this is a general reading on YouTube, I can't get too into the details for you because it's going to be different for everybody. So the reasons behind this King's departure or disconnect or lack of communication or separation, whatever that looks like for you, Pisces, may be different for everybody. Let's get this last round out, see if we can't get anything else for Pisces. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse this time. The Hierophant. The Devil. Two of Swords. Six of Cups. Seven of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, first of all, this relationship is going to recover once all is said and done. And especially when you find out what really happened. There is something that this Emperor is working on right now. There could have been, I feel, you know, the Three of Cups came out, so I do feel third party. This feels like some influence in this Emperor's life who was acting as a deterrent within this relationship, or someone who was interfering with the connection. So I feel like this King is dealing with this Emperor is dealing with this right now. And there's a sense of protection or keeping you out of it, keeping you away from it. When this person is able to deal with the situation, it's like he's protecting you from knowing, or protecting you from having to get involved, or protecting you from having to deal with what he's dealing with. But there is a sense of protection, and that's why there's been this distance or lack of communication or disconnect. When the timing's right, when things are made right, he's going to return. And he's going to, you'll become very clear about everything that's going on. Whatever this is, this connection for you, this Emperor, Pisces, it's interesting because your energy is not on the table here. This is almost like this King, Emperor, is explaining to you what's going on in these cards. It's like a message to you from this Emperor. Your energy is not here. This is all his energy, or her. Remember, if you're a female viewer and you're resonating in this as this Emperor, just ignore the fact that I'm using he, him, and calling them kings and emperors. You can embody this energy. But this relationship is a Six of Cups relationship, Lovers, Two of Cups relationship. This connection is going nowhere. It's just been temporarily disrupted because of an external party or obstacle. For now, this King of Cups has to look like the bad guy. I don't know how else to explain this with what I'm seeing down here, except to say that for now, it may feel weird, it may feel off, it may feel wrong. But this Emperor has to act, he has to be the bad guy right now in order to clear this up. And by that I mean there is a reason behind the disengagement, the lack of communication. And it's because he's being forced to deal with this in this way in order to be able to have a new beginning. Because this third party has prevented this new beginning. Or at least currently, the new beginning is still not available. Because this Emperor is still dealing with this situation. Again, there's a strong sense of needing to keep you out of it or trying to keep you away from having to deal with this. Am I taking this card? It's the Queen of Water, but I'm putting her back in here. I mean, the Queen of Water is the Queen of Cups, so this could very well represent your energy. There's love here for between you and this person, for sure. I'm putting her back in there, and we'll see if she pops out again. But the Queen of Water, I mean, there's this particular deck, a lot of the cards have different meanings and some deeper meanings, but the Kings and Queens in this deck are very similar to your traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck meanings. So the fact that I put her back in there, not a big deal, because we know what she's all about. Queen of Water is somebody very loving, compassionate, intuitive, emotionally available, puts a lot of emotional energy into the connections that she has. So let's get a card for Pisces. They keep dropping into my lap, but I get like 5 or 6 of them, so I can't take those. If I read 5 or 6 cards, this would be like a 2-hour long reading. Although I'm doing really good for time. We're at 26 minutes. It's okay though, because I really needed a shorter reading. This is my last reading for the week, and I am burnt. There's been some rough readings this week, I'm telling you what. This one's nice compared to some of the ones I've had. This is the card I'm taking. Let's see what we've got. So we've got Union in reverse. So this is a potential blockage. This feels like it's a perfect card for this reading as far as I can recall. It's one of the major arcana cards, so it's going to have a significant meaning. If it's in reverse, it's a potential blockage. I will read that section for you. We'll talk about the card and how it applies to the reading, and then we're going to wrap this up. Union reversed. About a half a page. It's a great card too. I really like the image quite a bit. There's a lot going on here. It's a fabulous card. Here we go, Pisces. When the Union card appears reversed, it represents fear and need, 2 things that can destroy harmony and peace within all aspects of our lives, especially our relationships with others. If you are lonely and seeking a partner to assuage that loneliness, you are likely to found your relationships upon need and fear. You may build it upon an unstable foundation that has the potential to develop into dependency. Relationships built upon need, as opposed to those where 2 who are whole come together as equals, are all too often destined to fail. Ask yourself, do you want a relationship right now that is sorry, I'm having a hard time today. Ask yourself, do you want a relationship right now that is the meeting of 2 minds and hearts as equals, that is free of doubt and insecurities that erode and weaken the bonds of love? If so, would it be better to first have a loving relationship with yourself and address the doubts and fears so they are no longer the driving force or motivation for seeking a relationship? The Union card reverse suggests you stop looking for wholeness within your relationship and instead find it within yourself. Give to yourself all that you would give or wish to receive from another. Be your own best friend. Be your own lover. Be happy and at peace in your own company. And you will never be lonely again, whether you are with someone or not. I like that card. I really like that ending. This feels like advice for both this Emperor and for you, Pisces, because there's obviously a separation within a deep connection here. And it is a spiritual connection. It is one that is extremely significant to you, but it's just not in your life in this moment. And that's because there's work to be done. And the best thing you can do right now is be happy with who you are by yourself, in your own relationship with yourself, Well, things are being worked out on the other end, and they are. And eventually you will be coming back together with this person when the timing is right. When the relationship can flourish the way it's meant to, without the toxic energy that at least is affecting this relationship in the moment. It's got to be cleared up. So I am going to leave that here. Pisces, I hope that you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye.